January 6th, 2026. We're calling this meeting to order at 6:01, and we had a scheduled appointment at 6. He's going to be at our, because he needs to gather some more information, he's going to be at our February 3rd meeting instead. This is for the New England Youth Cycling League event, not until mid-May. Okay, and we're going to jump ahead because we have our town clerk and our /notary, and we're going to do the signed deed acceptances for 39 and 41 Main Street. So we have all of the paperwork associated with both properties, and I would need a motion to sign all of the paperwork associated with 39 and 41 Main Street.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so we're going to sign them, and they're going to be notarized. Let's see. And we're not filling in any dates either, just signatures. Get that one started this way. Get that one going that way. Oh.
Do we need to motion termination of the lease?
No, that's, I think we did the motion to do all of the paperwork associated
Okay,
with
yeah.
both, so I think we're good on
Okay.
that. But we are noting for the record that the paperwork also includes stopping the lease once we own the property. Okay, I think we-
There's one I didn't sign. There's three of them? Or two?
One. Oh, Sarah.
You only signed two down
Yeah,
there.
we only signed two over here.
We
Okay.
have to do the last one?
Oh, you guys didn't sign that one.
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I just tucked it back in the folder. Sorry about that.
Okay. Not a problem.
Okay. And then Sandra is going to be nice enough to take all this home and make sure it gets mailed. And we're going to give this to the, do you want to come up and note?
Does she have to do it here or do
Oh,
we-
wait, I'm attached. Here, can you?
There you go.
Sandra, can you just, does she need to know where the, okay. All right. All right, why don't we move on, and they'll let us know if there's any problems. Why don't we move on to the payroll warrant, motion for January 7th, 2026 payroll warrant of $102,850.47.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the vendor warrant, which is big, a motion for January 7th, 2026 vendor warrant of $1,292,515.61, which includes, the bulk of that would be our PVRS, Regional School District Assessment, snow and salt, the emergency services building, and those are the biggies for that.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention. Okay, how about a motion for the approval of the minutes from December 23rd, 2025?
There's something missing that I just noticed in the minutes, that is the whole discussion of Zoom, and all that information isn't in here at all, unless I missed it, because I missed it the first time. Did anybody see that? I'd like to send in a paragraph about that, or just review the video.
Hey.
I think it's actually really important, or I wouldn't mention it.
Okay, well, we need, so that we can actually review what you want to stick in.
So
Yeah,
let
so I'll
them-
send a paragraph.
We'll have to postpone probably.
We'll table that?
Yep.
Is that what the board would like to do?
Yes, please.
I know you do, I'm just asking the rest of the board.
It's fine
Yes.
with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then we have a fairly straightforward vote for special municipal employees that we do every year. And we would need a motion to vote to designate the members of the Board of Health, the Board of Assessors, and the Conservation Commission's contract consultant as special municipal town employees pursuant to the state policy of the Select Board adopted October 6, 2015.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Excuse me.
Aye.
Okay, got that one out of the way. 2 down. Okay, and on to, are you here for citizens' concerns? Oh, good. Welcome. Just double checking as we work our way through a variety of things. Okay. Thank you. All right, FY27 Town and Select Board Goals and Objectives revised from the December 23rd discussion. So I put all of my changes from our last discussion in yellow. Hopefully this is the third and final discussion. Any comments on, let's start with organization-wide strategic goals. Any comments?
Nope. Thanks for implementing those changes.
Yeah.
No,
That's pretty much what we went over.
The edits look fine to me.
Yep.
Okay, good. I tried to tighten it up a bit.
Well, it's supposed to be loose so that when we do discuss it in detail, we don't go narrow, we can look at all the
Exactly,
views. So,
yeah, it's really an umbrella statement that
Oh,
you
it
can
is, yeah.
easily say in a,
Yeah,
if you're stuck in the elevator
yeah.
for a couple minutes, which I have been. Okay, and then on to, I just had Sandra print out the only things that were in yellow for the select board itself. So this is where we can get a little bit more into specifics, the objective, the measurement. First page, I also put 2026 in there, so not too much on the first page of that. I did employ David's statement, continue to explore updating EMS services and operations as an objective. And if you go on to page 2, we specified the fire department chief succession transition plan completed and EMS policies and procedures updated. Those were the only changes from the last time.
We did put in this on goal 5, we did mention
Where-
the Zoom.
Yeah,
in
I'm just
detail.
walking,
That's when we discussed it,
Yep,
yeah,
but it is mentioned on this sheet.
on this sheet, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's what,
Okay,
okay, so goal number 2, you guys are good with before we hop?
I am.
Okay, goal number 3, no changes. Goal number 4, this is where I incorporated the comments, the specific comments about signage, both for the business downtown working group as well as the signage for voting and informing people what's going on and moving away. The language I used was create signage for town hall front lawn area that replaces smaller temporary signs with visible, informative, historical-looking signage.
My only question is, and it may be a given, but I want to make sure that as an executive, that one of our policies is that we're giving information specifically about votes, specifically about town meetings, and as long as that's understood, the question is, I don't know, so for me, that's why I brought it up, because we go out there and there's not enough signage about votes and town meetings. So I understand that it says informative, and
Why don't I put some examples in there? Would that help?
That'd be great.
Okay,
'Cause we've
thank you.
brought up signs before, I think,
Yeah,
twice.
okay.
Twice at town meetings, and it got voted down. So,
That's fine.
different,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
put in examples, and then this is really a guide
oh, yeah.
for the agendas. So the actual
Right.
work happens in the agendas and in between the agendas. So you don't want to get too wrapped up. Okay, goal number 5. That's to Bernie's point. This is where I put in the specifics about pursue state grant to improve overall technical situation, and then in parentheses, the interconnection and ease of use of Zoom, recording, broadcasting, microphones, and lighting, since we have to accommodate, we want to accommodate BNC TV, and possibly lighting as well. I think Tyler always has some suggestions about how that can be done better in the select board meeting room. So is everybody cool with that?
Yes, except I don't know that we have to, Andrea said, oh, it's gonna cost $20,000 to make a Zoom ready while I was actually on Zoom. It's not gonna take that much. We're gonna need to buy a little computer and that can be a fine backup while we wait for the huge grant that we want. I think that pursuing straight, I wouldn't say take this out, but I think that we should,
How about pursue state grant and relevant short-term solutions to improve the overall technical situation, blah, blah, blah.
yes, thank you.
We improve
Okay.
it, it's gonna cost money regardless.
Yeah.
Right, but it's not gonna cost necessarily $20,000. I was on Zoom when she said in order to be on Zoom, it's gonna cost us $20K. It's gonna cost, that's her personal computer, even if you get a really
Yeah.
top of the line computer. Well,
Let's-
I'm answering his question. Even if you get a
I
really
don't
top
think
of
it
the
was a
line,
question.
even if you get a really top of the line computer, it's only a couple $1,000s.
Okay.
And you don't need that big a computer.
We take your point. We've heard it
Excellent.
at 3 meetings now, so.
Good, and I'm gonna keep saying it.
That's fine. But this is a collective effort to word an actual objective.
Excellent, and I think
Okay.
we've done that.
Thank you. All right, goal number 6, select board development. I think I cleaned up the objectives here, specifically determine which personnel policies need updating. And then also, we talked about facilitating the onboarding. I didn't highlight that, sorry, David. Facilitate the onboarding of new select board members to understand their role in the working of town hall. Then I put in the details.
Yeah, you
Hopefully-
closed the loop, because it wasn't necessarily for us, it's maybe anybody.
Right.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
start with us,
Okay.
start up with something easy,
Yep.
and then maybe work it down.
Yep.
The verbiage is fine with me.
okay, good. Everybody else is good with that?
Fine.
Okay, that's it. All right, I'll make those minor changes and we'll just send those out when, actually, they'll go into the next version of the book. Okay. Reestablishment of the Northfield Elementary School Building Committee. So we used to have a building committee before my time. I think there were a couple of select board or former select board folks who were longtime members of it who are no longer with us. And then I know the Energy Committee was very involved when Andrea first came on board in working on grants for the elementary school. And based on the discussion that you and I were in, the school committee and the superintendent would like it if there was, I think, more focus on any issues.
Infrastructure, as far as doing that, yeah.
Infrastructure issues, long-term planning, just trying to think through the language that I would use. So, thoughts, composition,
I've been looking into the document that they sent out when they did their first go-by.
from the Canon
Yeah,
report?
yeah.
Yeah,
And, definitely there are some things that need to be upgraded. We've put in, I think, close to $1 million for technology, new bathrooms in there, which is some of the things. They're looking, according to the study, they're looking to upgrade the boiler system. They're going to use, I say they, the study that they're doing for $1.2 million is going to be based on our elementary school building, 100%. And they're saying that there's probably $39 million worth of upgrades in that building in order to bring it up to speed.
Is that 39 million just for Northfield
Has to be.
Elementary, or was that for all of the three properties?
Well, since they're concentrating on the elementary school, I assumed it was on the elementary school. Of course, I could be wrong. But obviously, we care about our building. We've put a lot of money into the building. I think there is a thought that if it gets too expensive, they'd rather build a new building. They would get state aid, but not a heck of a lot of state aid. And we've got a lot of projects coming down the road here that are going to require a lot of decisions to be made. I think it's a good idea to go through the building, see what is a priority, and see how we can take care of the building itself. If for some reason they decide that they're going to abandon that building, it would still be our property. So it is actually a benefit if we were to look at the needs, mechanicals, that sort of thing, to upgrade them anyway. So I think what you do is you make a list of what needs to be done and see if you can accomplish those over the next few years.
Okay, so review the report that came from the school
Yeah.
via the Canon. I'm just calling
I
it
have
the
a copy of
Canon
that.
report.
I have a
so-
copy of that downstairs in the office.
Yeah.
You have a copy, I believe.
I have a copy on my
Yeah.
dining room table,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I've been looking through it too, and as far
Yeah.
as doing that, the glaring is the HVAC that I see as being a cost, and that's usually in the vicinity of $300,000 to upgrade to something more, modern and usable.
Yeah.
Didn't they just do air for the COVID? They did some kind of airflow thing for COVID, didn't they? Got a big grant for that, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, because I wasn't involved in that. I think they did as far as that. I don't know if they had HVAC or they just had air exchange systems that they put in as a temporary basis. So that's, again, why we need to put together people of knowledge to probably go through and check the building out. One of the things we can do is we can talk to the maintenance man that's here, because he was over there for a few years, and kind of get a heads up of what's going on. And then go through and look at the glaring things. The problem is all of the buildings in town and all the buildings in the school system, they've just been putting Band-Aids on problems. They have never really set aside, I don't think, funds in order to, they know the lifespan of different things. To have funds to be able to take care of that once that lifespan gets to that point, not fixing them because it's a need now and they know everybody's neglected it. I think that's the biggest problem that we have with a lot of our buildings as far as that.
So let me clarify. Are you saying that, so the town, in a town building, is responsible for the maintenance
That
on
is
the
correct.
building?
That is
So
correct.
you're saying that the schools, let me just ask.
Yeah.
You're saying that the school, PBRS, did not, who doesn't own the buildings, did not set aside money to fix the buildings? Is that, I'm trying to clarify
Again,
what you're
it's
saying.
our building, so it's our
Right.
responsibility
Well-
for infrastructure, heating, not cooling because they don't have air conditioning, but it is our responsibility because it's our building, just like it's our responsibility for this building.
That was my
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
and that's what
Exactly.
I was asking.
Yeah,
Because you
exactly.
said that the school hadn't set aside money to fix it?
Their own building, I don't think, because they're saying that they're having
that-
problems with
there's
that.
two,
but-
There's two things. One is, the leasee, right? They're leasing. We're the owners. We have certain responsibilities. They have a responsibility to maintain it. So they have maintenance in their operating budget. And then they put forth, as they encounter problems, like the bathrooms, they'll put forth a capital request, and then that will go through the finance committee and before it gets on to the warrant. So there's a couple of things in there, like you both are correct. There's a relationship between the people who are renting the building. They have, just like anybody who rents a building, they have to keep it
Change the
in,
light bulbs.
right, well,
Yeah.
keep it running, right, and keep it safe. And then there is the owner and some of the responsibilities that come with being an owner, just as if we were renting, I was renting out my house or something.
Right.
It's a difference too, though, as far as when they're responsible for it, if
Yeah.
it comes out of their budget, and all the towns pay for it. It's our building, we're the envelope, we are responsible for, heating, windows,
Yeah.
roof. They take care of, I believe they do mow the lawns because that's part of the school, as far as that's not our responsibility. I think they do it in the summertime, I'm not sure. But they may just do it during the school time. They plow do we plow? I'm not sure. Do we plow? I think we do
Well,
plow.
I think we're getting into the details.
But yes,
and really
but-
what I'm trying to
but we want-
establish is do we want to put together a committee? And I think anybody who gets on the committee, we just need to be careful about we're not delving into how the school is managed,
No,
right?
no.
But we are setting up that interface, so to speak, where maintenance then becomes a capital request. And then we would also be looking at all of the, that whole report that came out from the
Yeah.
Cannon report and understanding the 39 million and whether or not that's just NES or that's all of PVRS, and then what portion of the 39 million is NES, how would that be if we were going to pursue that route? How would that be structured out over several years? It's one thing to just throw out a figure, right? It's another to understand, like you two having been on the finance committee, you've worked with different departments where they take their capital needs and put them out over different years so they're not hitting all of the expenses or the capital requests in the same year.
True.
And creating a big bill basically at a request at the annual meeting. We want to make sure we're not overwhelming taxpayers. Okay.
Did the school ask for this, or are we suggesting this?
Well, since it's our
Both.
building, we need to put a group of people together to go through there and assess what belongs to us and the cost that we have to incur for that, and see if there's any grant money, because the state doesn't usually kick in for things unless you're building a new building. So we have to see, one, what it would be the priority, what is our responsibility, and how do we take care of something that needs to be taken care of.
I'm confused because last year they had a company come in and the school did pay for it.
That's the Cannon report.
And made a whole list of
We have
everything
it,
wrong.
Yeah.
And the real estate law is, if you pick up a building and shake it, anything that doesn't fall out is the owner's, belongs to the owner,
Pretty
stays
much,
with the
yep.
house. So why do we need a group of, we were talking when I was on Zoom about not overcomplicating things, and I wanted things put in a rational order in the listing, and don't overcomplicate it. Making another board seems like an overcomplication, because we know what belongs to the school. And we have the Cannon report. And if they abandon the school, if they choose to go over here and build something, that school is awesome. There's so many things as a town that we could do with that. So we know that but nobody wants it, right? Everybody wants the elementary kids going to the elementary school. It's what I've heard over and over again. But it seems like overcomplicating. We know that the building belongs to us. We've got a list of when the roof needs and when the furnace needs and when the this and when the that. Making a whole nother group, it just seems like overcomplication. I'm not trying to poke at you. I'm asking,
No.
tell me how it's not just overcomplication.
It's a matter of who controls the narrative.
Oh, so this is about,
Okay, this is ours against, and want to make sure that the money is spent wisely, and this is our responsibility.
so this is an
We
attacking
didn't-
response out of
No,
anger?
we just want to make sure that, if,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Let's move on to David and Bernie.
I would say
and-
this, I don't think it's a complication of a situation. The town owns let's call it a $50 million structure over there.
Yeah.
And all we were delivered was a report, and it got, here, here's a report. No communication, there's no give and take, there's no silo in terms of, here's what the district would want for the school kids, and here's what we would like to have, and you as the landlord, where do you guys want to spend your money? There is nothing of that. There is no give and take, there's no communication back and forth.
Was there a demand, though? I mean, was it just
There's
them
clearly a
giving us
demand.
information?
When you're looking at a report that's listing tens of millions of dollars where you need to fix stuff, there's clearly a need. And for better or worse, we've done a very good job in this town of kicking the can down the road and doing a lot of
Yeah.
deferred maintenance.
Right.
And those bills are rapidly coming due in every department in this town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Name one where
Yeah.
it's not.
No, you're right. So
And
are you
so
talking
yes,
about?
I want to get my fingers into this because it's going
Got
to be
it.
expensive.
Uh-huh.
If the district leaves the building, if they abandon it or use your own verbiage,
Right.
then we're stuck with it.
Where,
and
oh
as a
my God,
landlord,
it's such an awesome building, and we can do
It
so
won't
much
be
with
if we
it.
don't fix it.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And so we need to get our people to say, here's what we think is the next need, co-join with the district, and say, here's what we'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
We want to put $10 million worth of roofing on it. We don't want $10 million, how about we do this?
Well, the district, I don't know that they get to, it's our building. We're the ones that get to say.
Absolutely, but you don't want to do this as an authoritative, as an authority and just
No,
come in and say, here's what
a-
we're going to do.
There's a dialogue
Right,
that
right.
needs to
Yeah.
occur
No,
every year.
I think the formulation of the committee, because apparently it used to be one in town,
Yeah,
and it evaporated for whatever reason.
well, because people died. And,
Well,
So,
then
but
I'm not on the committee then.
The formulation would be,
no,
we
They
would
weren't
no
include
killed.
correlation.
We would include some folks from then the district, some folks from the towns, and people who know something about building and yeah.
Yeah, who are interested. Otherwise, it really falls to us to go through that entire canon report and start making decisions and devoting a fair amount of time of each meeting to discussing that.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but I'm happy to have a committee like kind of dig through all those details and come in with some recommendations. That's how I look at committees, is actually doing some detailed discussion and having some discussion with the high school principal, the director of facilities, Gretchen, and possibly a school committee member, so that we can actually improve dialogue over what are big bills. Whether you build or fix, they're big bills.
Right, and there needs to be a calendar.
Right,
And is the
so-
school not providing that sort of calendar?
They provide what they need, and it usually comes in as capital requests. And I'm not sure we have any capital requests
I haven't seen
for
it
this
this year.
year, so that's
haven't
a
talked to them.
concern. There normally is some ongoing capital requests that we put in, like, for example, flooring, so that as they move around the building, it's like, okay, this year,
A little
we're
bit
gonna,
here.
we're gonna tackle this project, next year, we're gonna tackle that project. I think there was
We-
one where they're going to redo the gym floor at the elementary school, if I remember correctly. I gotta look back through all the documents.
And we
but-
have been, every year, $25,000 for painting and just normal wear and tear that
Yeah,
we've been
that's-
doing.
yeah.
But now the bigger issues are starting to come forward.
Like, how's the heating and all the.
HVAC and roof.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
all the big expensive stuff. So,
So the composition on the Emergency Services Committee is huge. The Emergency Services Building Committee is huge.
yeah, I don't
Is
think it
that
needs to,
unwieldy?
Yeah.
Because,
I think so.
yeah, so how many people are we talking about for an elementary school
Well, I'm
building?
thinking a finance committee person because of the nature of the capital requests coming through. The town administrator, because normally
Well, she
requests,
can be present, but she can't be on a committee because she's not a member of the town, right?
right,
Only
but,
people that are
No,
citizens.
you can have people.
right, but I'm just saying the composition of the group. So FinCom, the town administrator, I'm assuming, and I can clarify this with Patricia and the school committee chair, the high school principal, the director of facilities. That's 4, and a select board member. That's 5. That
And,
sounds plenty to me.
Can I speak?
Yes, you may, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bernie.
Yeah. I think we do need to form a committee.
Okay.
I don't like just taking a report that's given to me and banking on it. The high school, by having, it's to their advantage to have us close that school, because then we have to build a project over there. I would rather have citizens in the town and whatever, and maybe some people from the high school and whatever, but I don't want to have them influencing it. I'd rather, like I said before, I'd rather have a K through 8 in town here and send our high school students wherever they want to go. I'd close the high school, but that's just a thought in my mind. But
Okay.
I think we do need to have it. I don't trust 100% somebody that's hired by the school committee and the superintendent to do a report. It's to their advantage to have the report high, and I think somebody needs to double check their figures. And I think building committee, that would be their job, to double check the stuff.
Can we review the folks you said? So you said someone from the finance committee, the director of facilities. Who's that? Is that Tom?
PVRS.
Oh, of PVRS.
This is how the exchanges,
What?
sorry, I mean, this is normally if we're going to be talking about what's going on in a school, the group would talk to, whether or not they're actually on the committee, I don't think is material, but the, whoever-
Contact people that we need to talk to, yeah.
right, they would figure out what's important to them, what's going on with the building that's, could be an emergency, for example, and it has to go as a reserve fund request.
Right.
Right.
Can we
Yeah.
just talk about them? So finance committee, director of facilities for PVRS. You also mentioned the high school,
Oh, I'm sorry, the principal, just the elementary school principal, sorry.
the elementary school principal.
Yeah, sorry. I
Okay.
don't know why I said that.
And then a select board member, that makes sense. What about someone who has kids in the school? What about a citizen who has building experience? I'd like to see citizen representation on this if possible. I mean, beyond the people who are already thoroughly involved. We're
Yeah.
obviously all citizens, so.
Right.
But someone with kids in the school, I think that's often a relevant, and maybe that's somebody from not the select board, the school board, because I think most of them have kids in the school. I don't know. So
Okay.
those are having a citizen that's a contractor or a builder or has something about that in their sheet, and someone who has children in the school, I think are two important additions.
Are you looking at
I'm just,
one of us?
no, I'm looking at, okay, so the total number, I just want to make sure the size of the group doesn't become unwieldy,
Right.
to your point. So a FinCom rep, the town administrator, I'm just talking from the town side of things, and they would be working with the elementary school principal, the director of facilities, possibly somebody from the school committee, and we would also have a select board rep and a citizen rep. So that's on the town side, that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not including the TA who's not on the board but would be there to give them information.
That's total, I'm just saying from this group here,
Right.
yeah.
But I do not think, to your earlier point, I do not think we should have a committee like this that doesn't have somebody from PVRS and the school board. We need to have some representative there.
Yeah,
Okay. So as we're
But
nailing
whether-
things down, I just want that
yeah, but
part of the nailed part.
we'll have to reach out to them, we can't.
Of course not,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't
Okay.
want, I don't want it to be okay to skip over that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think we're suggesting that. Okay, anything else? Are you guys in agreement on this? And then we'll
Sure.
post I'll reach out to the school committee chair and the superintendent. And this just also to answer an earlier question that you raised, Sarah. This came up at the December 22nd budget subcommittee hearing that we went to and school committee meeting that we went to at PVRS.
Got it.
That was an expectation and a desire that I think Patricia has had for a while, so. Okay. Select board rep, who would like to?
So to belabor the point, who are the people on the committee, for want of a better phrase?
I'm just gonna go through the list that I have. FinCom, town administrator, elementary school principal, director of facilities for PVRS, a select board representative, a school committee representative perhaps. We'll let the school committee decide, and a citizen representative from Northfield. who
I
has
think the
kids in-
citizen representative should be somebody that's working in school.
Well,
It has to be there every single day.
we can give preference.
Or what we do
Somebody-
is,
I would
we
give
can,
preference to
I
somebody
would
who has
canvas,
kids in the school.
canvas the.
Kids and
the-
building
yeah,
experience.
Canvas the teachers and have them, little, questionnaire as, what do you see as a problem? Because they have to live with it every single
Well,
day.
the facilities director can call that
Hopefully.
information directly.
So does the principal. And I will say in the past, when we've had a project like the bathroom, that's structured around, it really is a working relationship. It's structured around, we're paying for it, we're moving the project forward, but when and how it happens so that it doesn't disrupt the kids in the
Yeah.
school is the dialogue with the school people. So I'm expecting that this will be a similar thing.
Mm-hmm,
And we
okay.
need an odd number, not including the TA. So I think we have that, right? Finance director, PVRS, facilities, select board member, contractor citizen, someone with kids in the school, and elementary principal, and then somebody from the school committee, I think you said. And you said the school committee should be a teacher or something?
Well, I'm thinking it, somebody who lives here, but if you want to do a school committee, it would be somebody who lives in the town.
Yeah.
Obviously.
A Northfield member.
Yeah.
But the school committee person doesn't always have a student in the school.
Right, but that should be a second category.
Yeah.
I think we
I
need
don't
to
know
have
if that's
somebody that
critical.
has got the kid.
No.
I don't think it's
But-
critical.
I do.
We're talking, I think it's helpful, but we're talking big bucks and we're talking building choices. We're talking major project choices. So I'm going to err on the side of people who have some experience with buildings, big money projects, and how to make decisions to prioritize stuff about them. And it would be nice to have somebody who has kids in the school.
Right.
But
Because I think that that would help us avoid the pitfall that has happened in the past, where we get all ginned up on a project and the citizens go, and so we want to make sure that we've got citizen representation and people who have kids who are going to have deep feelings about what's going on, and we know that ahead of time. That's
Yeah.
in our best interest.
sure, I don't think we've ever
All right. So those are my feelings.
It's clear. I'm just going to say I don't think we've ever rejected a school project.
No, I just meant
Okay.
projects in general.
Okay. Some of the other bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. All right. Who wants to be the select board member then? I think we've dissected
Beat it to
that.
death.
Let's bring it up a level.
I will.
Bernie? Bernie will? Thank you, Bernie. And I'll reach out to the FinCom chair and the superintendent and the school committee chair, and we'll report back. Okay.
Bernie,
Next,
I have that book downstairs. I'll give it to you.
Great.
Unless you have it. Do you have a copy?
it's online too,
Yeah.
but it's helpful, I think, to look
Yeah,
at that
if
big
you want to
notebook.
look through it.
Yeah.
And I looked, was mechanical is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, letter to the legislators regarding ballot voting for the six-town agreement. I'm following up on something that came from the six-town planning board, a suggestion, and also Leiden had already done a letter to this effect. I reworked it, I wordsmithed it a bit so that it was clear that the emphasis was on making sure that voters have as much opportunity to weigh in on the proposal as possible. So I'm just curious, are you guys, do you want to sign the letter or do you want to discuss the letter further? What say you?
I'm fine with the letter.
Okay. Dan?
I am okay with the letter.
Bernie?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, Sarah?
Why are we belaboring what Montague is doing separately? That second paragraph. Does it matter? We're just saying that we as a select board say, okay.
It's delineating where we're asking
Yeah.
for this help.
It's
Alright.
because Montague is, one of these things is not like the other.
This is true.
Can we, at the meeting with FinCom, in this same vein, we mentioned reaching out to Comerford and everybody about Franklin Tech, about the safety question that this new ballot thing, that the new lottery thing did.
No.
Can we do that also? Can that be our next letter? Why are you looking so worried?
I'm not worried. I just
Okay.
don't remember that.
That's not on the agenda.
It's
We'll-
not
we
on
have
the
to put that on
agenda.
the
Right.
next agenda.
So,
Can you send an email
The-
on that?
yeah, or
Yeah.
we could just look at the minutes because we had a long conversation about it.
Yeah, it's not on the agenda though.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve and sign the letter as written then?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sarah?
Aye. You know what? Abstain.
Okey doke. All right, there you go. Sandra, I have 2 copies. Oh, that's right, 2, sorry.
Do we have to sign too?
Yeah, one's going to Rep. Whips and the other one's going to Senator Comerford.
Make sure that ink dries.
Yeah, don't mess up David's signature.
Apparently my signature has a noise. It's a whoosh.
It's like shoes.
I wonder if it's the same all the time, though.
Okay.
Close enough. Bought a house with it.
Okey dokey.
Oh, the bank's even accepting that? Wow.
All right,
Is
and
that right?
next up is, we're just doing the first review of updating the town secretary / administrative assistant job description. The key change, one, the original, which Sandra had sent out, was dated 2021. The key change to bring to mind is the fact that the town secretary currently does building permits and the like, does all of that paperwork with the building commissioner / inspector. And we'll be moving that service, who also happens to be the building inspector director for FERCog. So we're going to be moving the service to FERCog. We end up with the same person.
Right.
Because he works in both. And then we get assessed for inspection will actually cost us less in the long run.
Is he still going to be in the building?
Yeah.
You want to go see him? He's next door.
Well, I saw him driving out, but my question
Oh.
is when we do
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
centralization.
Yeah, he'll come up, just like he does now, but the permit handling and the paperwork will be handled by FERCog instead of a town employee. And we'll be paying, as I mentioned, we'll be paying less per year.
Nice. Less
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah,
So I have one question about the job
Is that
description.
the only change? I'm sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the only change?
that's the major change, and then that's why I just wanted to bring it up to start getting, I think I updated some things that I noticed, like in terms of, we didn't mention email but that's a major portion of follow-up for the town secretary. There were a few things like that that I had put in, but I just wanted to get some discussion regarding. And then the major other piece is the maintenance of the website, which was there before, but now that we've moved on to a new platform, the goal will be to train and set up roles for people like the committee chairs so that they can update their,
You're on page.
yeah. Like I've been able to do that for the historical commission, but under the old system, it's not, you're not easily, unless you've had technical experience,
No, I
it's
get
not,
it.
it's not a good experience, so.
So my only question on this is, as I understand it, when we look at the finances, this position gets paid as the town administrative assistant, but then gets also paid a second amount for the work that she does specifically, for the work that this position does specifically for the select board, right? So an
No.
extra, like a per,
No,
No?
nope. She gets, the position gets paid. What will happen, though,
there's like a $26,000 extra salary thing. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. You mean a stipend? No. There's no.
It's, I don't have the finances in front of me. This is only the first draft, so I'll have a chance to
Not
ask.
26.
you mean in the
Yeah.
select board budget?
I'll check it
Okay.
and bring it up.
All right.
It wasn't because she's reached her plateau that it was because of that sort of thing, is it? Because we've done that to different
No.
employees.
No, no.
No.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
get the words right and bring it back, so,
Suffice it to say, there's a salary associated with the position, and if we make changes to the job description, then we'll go ahead and go through the reclassification process, just like you're doing for the library that we talked about at the last meeting.
So maybe the cows and the corn, but can I get a copy of this that's got red line to see your changes that between
Oh, when
these
you
two?
get it?
Oh, no, it's in there. All I did was, it's not a red line. All I
This is-
did was add,
This is pretty much new.
that's it.
Yeah, this is pretty much new.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally, and what's included in the email was the old job description because it was so different and it had all the building permit stuff in it. So this has been totally redone.
So I printed out the one that was in the packet. That's this one that says
Yeah,
date
and then
2026?
attached was the original from 2021 as well. And we're not making any decisions tonight. This was just to get the first readout and to explain what was going on with the building permit portion of it. So which one are you looking at? Which one did you print out?
This would be the draft.
I printed out the packet.
Okay.
So
And
I've got 4 pages.
Yep.
And then attached to the invite was the original job description, which would be grade level 7, and the date on it would be May 2021.
I don't know, I think it was in my, it
Wasn't in the packet, it was a separate, it was two
No.
attachments.
was not.
Yeah.
All right, I'll look again
Okay.
so I can discuss it intelligently.
Yep. We're just putting it out there, and then it'll be on the next
Yeah,
agenda.
There was a second attachment.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
If you don't, you will let us know.
yeah.
Okay. Citizens' concerns? Karen?
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you? Karen,
Name and address?
Karen Boudreau, Old Wendell Road, not the sewer commission tonight.
Okay.
I have two very quick items. One pertains to the previous meeting, and then one other item to begin with. I just want to give a really big shout out to Frank Fruman and Jim Whitcomb. They hauled and unloaded and unpacked 32 new chairs for the senior center. These chairs are new, much more functional for maintaining and sanitizing and cleaning and all this stuff, and they're up to date. So they did this in a really ugly weather day and got it in there, and I just wanted to make sure that
Oh,
people knew that. These two guys are
they're the
they're
dynamic
luggers,
duo.
man.
Yeah.
They're the dynamic duo.
Thank you.
If you want something hung on a wall, call them. In the last select board meeting, I was sitting back there doing some work, and I heard comments about the missing goal support for the senior center stove, and there were problems. And I sat there, having been on the Friends for like 4.5 years, and went, "What?" So let me give you a little bit of a timeline and a wrap up. Around October of 2024, the old stove officially died.
oh, nice.
Okay? And at that point, Colleen and buddies did quotes and research with several folks and conducted research, and the quotes were conducted to obtain and install a new stove. The Friends at that time worked with Colleen and Andrea to purchase and install the new stove. There was, funds thrown at it and so forth. In the early spring of 2025, the new stove was installed. Post-installation fine-tuning has occurred. Our maintenance specialist, Mike, was officially trained by the stove's manufacturing warranty team. And Mike also inspects the stove as part of his daily rounds every morning to make sure it's lit and it's running. There have not been any known issues or problems, and therefore I found it important to verify the actual current status and to be transparent to all the citizens who are watching.
Yay!
Are we good?
Yep.
Thank you.
New stove, it works. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. I don't have anything under 48 hours.
I do, because yesterday we got this notice of lead in the drinking water, and citizens are asking about it.
That will reach out to the water company.
I already have done that.
Okay, then we'll put something on. This is not under 48 hours.
Okay, shall I do it as an announcement?
Sure.
Okay, great, I'll do it as an announcement.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead. We're
All
on to
right.
the next.
Wait a minute,
So,
What?
Another gentleman or no?
No, he said,
I didn't see him this morning.
So
Okay, yes.
the East Northfield Water Company drinking water notice went out to one side of town, and I got reach out from 3 citizens asking about it, and I also was very worried about it, and so I called the folks who are in charge of it now, and they said that the mains are not what they're worried about, that it's the service lines from the main to the houses. And those, if citizens, they only had 5% compliance when they sent out notice that said send a picture. Only 5% of citizens sent that picture. So legally, per the state, they must send out this thing that says, if we don't know what it is, there's a potential that it could be lead. So this is not saying that you have lead in your pipes. This is saying this is following a legal thing that must be followed. So that's what we were called at. And then I asked him, so I spoke to Bill Pachalis, and I asked him, how do we find out about our specific houses? So if you go on their website, there's a list of specific houses. If you have not given feedback, you can take photos of the part of the water pipe that comes into your house and send it to. He gave me permission to give his email. B. Pachalis, PACHALIS @nmhschool.org. Send the photo there, and they will send back and tell you. They can tell from the appearance of it what the pipe is like. So there's no deep need to worry, but you can continue to get information.
yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
In the future, what I think we should do is talk with the town secretary, because if we're receiving something, I received it as a customer as well, it doesn't affect everybody, it affects only those East Northfield Water Company customers.
That's actually incorrect. So when I spoke to him, he said that it's a statewide mandate, and the other
No, I know,
that
but-
Northfield Water Company should also be sending it out. So they may have gotten it at a different time.
We did it last year.
Okay,
Right,
great.
so then we can put it on the website, so then if, I think, normally that's where we reach back out to NMH, and not just Bill, but there's another person over there for the water company who can give us a description and put it on the website,
Great.
okay?
The Bill was the contact that was on this
Yep.
notice, so
Yep,
that's why I reached out
because
to
he's
him.
the on-the-ground guy who comes to your house. Okay, other announcements, still 2026 transfer station stickers are available in the town clerk's office, so just reminder. And recognition for
On
ser-
that, can I speak? Yes. So there's a bunch of different ways to do that. You can come into the town hall, to the town clerk and purchase it. You can do it online by going to our website. It will cost you a little bit more because we're going to send it back to you, so it's going to cost at least $1 more. If you use an online check, it's 50 cents more. If you use your credit card, it's anywhere between $2 and $3 more, because you're going to use they wax you, your credit card company. We do not pick that up. The town does not pick that up. The third way that's open 24/7 is the lockbox out back. If you put a self-addressed stamped envelope in the lockbox out back, we will send it to you the next day.
Cool.
Thank you.
Is it also time yearly, because you're still assistant clerk, right? It's time yearly for the dog and cat stuff?
Dog and cats, yes, you can start that since it's not really on here, but
ASAP.
dog and cat, not cats. We do not register cats. We do register dogs. Dogs have to be registered by March 31st of this year. They have to have an up-to-date rabies. Without a rabies, we cannot register your dogs.
Okay.
If the dog is spayed or neutered, it's $5. If they're not, it is $10.
Great.
We also have kennel license, but that's
Thank
for
you.
$5
Thank you,
dogs or
Dan.
more.
We'll put that on the announcements
Okay.
for the next time too, so if you
Okay.
guys, because especially as we get close to the deadline. Recognition for service, just a shout out on the luminaria and all the people who participated. That was organized by the Recreation Commission and the library. The library got kits together. I think that was sponsored by the Greenfield Cooperative Bank. So I don't know if you went up and down Main Street, but your Main Street looked great from what I could see from my neighborhood. But that's about it. Any other recognition for service?
I do. I would
Shout
like
out?
to, shout out to the highway department, because it seems like every night
Yeah.
we're getting another inch and then some ice on it.
Yeah,
And I've been all over town the last couple of weeks, and some roads aren't great, but at the end of the day, they've caught up, and I'm sure they're lacking in their sleep. And it sounds like they're gonna have another whack at it tonight, so
yep.
thanks. 'cause
And they
that's-
did the sidewalks too.
That's a thankless
Yep.
job.
Okay,
But we're
great.
thanking them now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That was
Want to
quick.
discuss it?